Hello, today I want to talk about non-duality emotions. Emotions that exist in reality, and less about lower frequency, third dimension emotions. I'm an addiction specialist, and I know that some emotions, for instance, like adrenaline junkies, experience a lot of emotions that are just, or mostly, stimulation. And people will tend to have a roller coaster ride with these emotions. And you've heard people say, well, you can't experience, happiness without despair, and you can't be, what goes up must come down. And that's really the truth with more third dimensional or lower frequency emotions. What we kind of deal with here in the third dimension. I'm not saying that those same feelings don't exist in higher dimensions, because they do. But the goal is to kind of is to experience more true emotion rather than just stimulation. And what do I mean by that? That is so non-specific. Okay, let me give you an example. For instance, am I experiencing excitement versus inspiration? Do you feel the difference in those two ideas? One is, you can feel it is more like in the emotion chakra here, and it's excitement, and versus being really in a state of bliss or inspired, which you can feel that is more of a higher chakra, in the heart chakra emotion. So it's more of a true blend of vibration. So I'm not going to say anything is pure or because we're going to be dealing in duality for who knows how long. But the trick is, but the upside is that duality itself is getting better for us, because we start to experience higher frequency emotions, more pure emotions that are closer to what love is. And so, A Course in Miracles even talks about that love is something beyond words. Obviously, it's something beyond that what can be explained. And dare I say that our emotions here, or emotions the range of most emotions that humans experience, for the most part, is it's a kind of an up and down thing. We're in a kind of a school where we are getting lessons that get injected to us for the from what Abraham Hicks talks about, for the furtherance of all beings, so that we can be essentially challenged and master those emotions and master our own frequencies and move evolution forward. So we're going to have those injections of lessons that continue to challenge us, and that we've agreed to come here for, because that's what we wanted to do. And the idea though is that we're mastering that. We're not slaves to it, but some education goes a long way, and that, you know, about certain issues like this, and that if we can elevate the frequency of our emotions, then they will not have a boomerang effect as much. And that kind of makes sense. So, you know, as I elevate towards love, I'm not going to have that, and that is altruistic love, not selfish love. If I'm getting a boomerang on I'm up here with love, feeling that, and then I plummet into the feeling of rejection. Well, that's not the unconditional love that is ideal. We've all felt it, and that's an assumption, but the idea is to move away from that, to realize the pain of engaging in that type of, and nurturing that type of selfish love. It is inevitably very painful, because what I'm engaging in is something that is unreal, and what's unreal is anything that can be threatened is unreal, in that it is not eternal. The body is not real. It is not eternal, and that's the sense of real that I am talking about. So if we have a backlash from an emotion, then we have to look at what expectation were we engaging in that feeling, that it had a backlash. Why did I go up, and why was I so excited, and then down I dipped, later, because my life didn't match that event, match that same emotion later in the week, and it was so anticlimactic. Whereas a state of joy is a constant. It is a constant within us, unlike happiness, which is based in something that happened or an event. So that doesn't mean we shouldn't engage in these emotions and practice happiness, because if I can practice being happy and try to detach it from events or things happening or me having what I want, and I am happy no matter what, and I can practice those moments, then at some point through just my development and practicing the presence of happiness, we can call it happiness, then it can slip over into permanent joy. So it is good to practice those things, but you might want to watch, like, next time you're happy, why are you happy? Is it because something went your way? And is it just because, are you happy when things don't go your way? Are you happy when your bills are late and the creditors are calling and you're sick? Is there if you're able to sustain that, then that's more of a joy that sustains you in those periods. You'll find your emotions leveling out, and that's one of the great things that meditation and self-realization does for us, and that connection to our source. We're just happy to be, and so we're not tossed to and fro by the events of this 3D world. We have a rock solid stability, and that's one of the first benefits of meditation. So anyway, it's such exciting, isn't that awesome? That's just, for me, that's great news. And I experience more and more of that, and try to discern, am I in a state of excitement, or am I experiencing joy? And you don't want to get into over analysis all the time, but at first you might have to do a little bit, and inquire, you know, look inside yourself, because that's what it's all about. That's where it's all the fun, that's the whole game, right? It's right in here, right inside you. And because that is heaven. You know, that is, if you're at peace, where else shall you be? There's nowhere else to be but where you are. And that's where it's at, right there. So anyway, if you'd like to know more about this stuff, go to lydiascott.com, LYDIASCOTT, and a link should be in the About page below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, to have a great life, just have a great day. Bye.